You're watching the new home for live Grizzly athletics on the Grizzly Digital Network. We would like to thank our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. For more information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. Now, here's voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. We've got a special episode for you today. It is an all-men soccer episode of Grizzlies Live here today, and we lead things off with the head man himself, Steve DeCou. Coach, how we doing?
We're doing good. Doing good.
It's a great time here at Newk's. They've got a partnership right now with the Gwinnett Medical Center, where the month of October, only a couple days left, right? 2 days left in October?
Yep.
October flew by here, that if you round your bill up to the nearest whole dollar, those proceeds will be donated to the Gwinnett Medical Center for cancer research and cancer patients directly here in Gwinnett County. It's a great cause. Make sure to get a hold of that. Only 2 days left, and Newk's will donate a portion to match those proceeds as well. So a great partnership between Newk's and Gwinnett Medical Center. Both those are proud friends and sponsors of us at Grizzly Athletics as well too. So we've got Coach DeCou here, and Coach, the Grizzlies keep rolling along here. I remember last week on this episode we talked about the Tennessee Wesleyan game, and you said it was exhausting. 1-1 draw this past Saturday versus SCAD. Put a word to describe that contest.
Battle.
Yeah.
Simple. We always have great games against SCAD. Going down there, showed great resiliency. The goal that SCAD scored, their center forward clipped Ellis's heels. Ellis has got the ball shielded, going to play it back to Sharpe. Miraculously falls down, and ref just says, he fell of his own accord. Really? I know we're not supposed to make fun of the referees, but the guy blew it. He had a good game other than that. So we're down 1-0 early, battled, created chances, and then got one late, great goal by Juan Giraldo. So resilient. It was a battle, but we did well. Yeah,
what I love about this team is every game there's a new guy that steals the headlines. Toombs comes eligible, gets a bunch of goals there. Jamie King stole a bunch of headlines early, lead the team in goals still. Every now and then you get in that big game, and it's those veterans that we've come to know and love, the German Rodriguez, the Calamortis, the Martin Lugos, and then on Saturday it was Juan Giraldo who just steps up huge, and he was playing somewhere he isn't used to playing when he got that goal. Yeah,
we had some injuries at the back. We moved Juan to right back, but it was less than 10 to go, and so SCAD was really starting to play a bit defensive. Just keeping one striker up, so why keep four back? So we said when we win at one, push on, and no sooner than I said that, ball gets played out to the Lugo on the left flank. He hits a cross in, and Juan just basically unmarked heads it in. Great coaching point. I mean, it's got to be. It's all about the coaching. But no, seriously, it's Juan. They came through, and we said that from day one. It's a deep team. There are a lot of guys who are going to get called on different days. We're not relying on one person.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie really hasn't scored since Carey, but I feel he's going to get some coming up soon. But everybody just steps up. When it's your turn, they step up, they do their job, and we've been able to get the results that way.
It's safe to say that those veterans are going to kind of carry over that tradition from last year's AI championship team to this year, and they're going to have to go on a nice athletic push here down the stretch to propel this team to new heights. We'll get that in a minute. But one of the veterans, I call him a veteran, he's only a sophomore, but Lewis probably comes up clutch, better than he has all year long in overtime, and then SCAD almost punches right back right after Juan's equalizer.
Oh, that's the way it is. If you look at, statistically, most goals are given up the start of the half, the end of the half, or immediately after a goal's been scored because the other team relaxes. And I think we were still celebrating a bit. And they basically punched it right down the field, and Lou made a monster. He actually made a couple good saves as well in overtime to secure it. But that's why we got him here. That's his job.
Yeah.
Do it for us, keep it out, and he did a great job.
So Lewis continues to shine. We'll have him on the show later on today. It's 2.5 weeks till we go to Iowa for the AI tournament. Have you thought about that yet? Is it in Coach's mind?
Yeah, we're already planning, preparing. I mean, we were just talking about we got to try to find jackets or blankets. How are the bench guys going to survive?
It's going to be cold.
The high. I just looked at it before I came over here. The highs for both days are 49 and 50.
I do not want to know that.
That's what the lows are here. I mean, I'm in bed when it's that warm. We're preparing, as in we're working on stuff in training now. Yeah, we've still got 3 games to go. We've got to do well in those games, but everything we do is looking ahead to those last potentially 2 games.
Yeah.
And how can we get better?
You said something. I was going to bring it up. I wasn't going to jinx anybody here, but you brought it up in the post-game article at SCAD, and so I want to follow up if you don't mind here. You mentioned that draw keeps us in the hunt for one of those NAI at-large bids. So that would put us in a situation where all our eggs aren't in that conference tournament championship.
That would be nice, but at the end of the day, it's about winning games and winning trophies. And so we're not going to go there just to make an appearance and come back home. I don't think Dr. Wilson would like us just spending that money, not going there with the intention to win. We're going to go up there to win. We're going to go up there to defend our title. But historically, the last couple of years, the favorites haven't won. Last year, there were a lot of upsets, and so you can't bank on the fact that, we'll go up to Ashford and see what happens, and if we lose, we're guaranteed an at-large, because you're not.
Right.
And so you've got to have that mentality that I'm going to go to win. Plus, you want to go into the playoffs, on fire, and you don't want to backdoor in and just be thankful to get there and then losing that first game and it was for nothing. But based upon the body of work we've done this year, we've put ourselves in a good position. I mean, to compare the Saturdays, it was a better result for us in an RPI to go tie SCAD at their place than the ladies to beat Tennessee Temple by 10 goals. You get more points because SCAD's now in the top 25. And so it's a little more beneficial. I mean, I'd love to have a game where we score 10 goals and I can sit back and relax. We've had too many of these one-goal games, but when push comes to shove, great result. Told the boys after the game, the shorter result, that felt like a loss. That's a game I thought we should have won. The Saturday at SCAD, that's when you're kind of have a smile on your face, and great result because we showed how resilient we were, and we basically snatched a result from a defeat. Another
great road game coming up this Saturday versus Milligan. Another opportunity to gain some points in that RPI. What's that game about? And again, preparing for Saturday, knowing that conference tournament's right around the corner.
Well, I mean, for Milligan, it's their last regular season game. They've got a monster game today at Tennessee Wesleyan. Then that's their senior day. So as a coach, you're looking at that saying, our next game after this is playoffs, so we've kind of got to be wary of who's on card suspensions, injuries. So if you always got that one eye looking ahead to the playoffs, for us, we still got 2 home games next week that we can get taken care of. And wins on the road, unless you're playing a ranked team, are actually more beneficial for RPI than wins at home. So you love to be road warriors, and we've been fairly good thus far this year. I mean, obviously we're much better at home, but if we can get a result there, just strengthens our case for postseason.
Yep, absolutely, Coach. We're looking forward to it not only this Saturday, but chasing this team right on through the playoffs all the way to Iowa. Today we've got a couple of special guests, a couple of your players here with Zach and Lewis. Did you give them any advice here before we have them on the show?
No, I'm going to let them just get up here and see what.
Throw them in the lake and sink or swim.
Zach, I think they'll do quite well. I mean, Zach, good old Georgia boy, he'll be fine. But Lou, I mean, just make sure he takes his time, talks slow.
I couldn't have picked 2 worst personalities, right? It's not like they're
no. We got the best person. Yeah, they'll do just fine.
Sounds good. Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Good luck this Saturday. Okay?
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with Zach Mruk here, defender of the Grizzly men's soccer team, right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
When I was little, for Halloween, I used to like dressing up as Superman.
My parents used to dress me up as a clown all the time.
I'm always a basketball player, just because I'm so small.
Back in the day, I used to have a little Scream mask on, bit of blood.
Favorite Halloween costume, and will always be my favorite Halloween costume, is Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Probably about 8, 9-year-old walking about the streets, going trick-or-treating. Enjoyed doing that.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know what I'm gonna be this year, so I was gonna be Magnum PI, because I'm gonna grow my facial hair out, and then I'll just shave everything but the mustache, put a Hawaiian shirt on, Detroit Tigers hat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Growing up, I was actually a Green Bay Packer for a little while, so Dad's a huge Packer fan, so there's a little helmet and shoulder pads and everything.
Dun, dun, dun.
As a kid, the only one I can really remember, I was Thomas the Tank Engine one year.
It's not unusual to feel love. Alright, that's enough.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're joined now by junior defenseman and Zach Mruk. Zach, how we doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. we just ran the getting to know the Grizzlies segment there with the Halloween. Are we sticking with the Magnum PI? How's the PI costume?
We've run into a little bit of a rough patch because the girlfriend doesn't want me to shave my face. So she's like, "You're really gonna shave your face for a costume?" And I'm like, "Yeah, probably." Because I mean, go big or go home. So I'll probably do it anyways. So I've got I need to get Coach DeCou. I know he's a big Detroit Tigers fan, so I need to snag a hat from him.
There you go.
His head's probably a little bigger than mine though, so I don't need a fitted hat from him.
I think he's left. You're good to go. You look over your shoulder. He's already gone.
Yeah,
You're good. You've been on the shelf, on and off injury here recently. How's the hamstring doing? You ready to go for Saturday?
Hamstring's getting better. I'd say I'm at like 80% right now. It helps because, I mean, at GGC, we're lucky. We're like working with a professional in James. So, I mean, I know I'm in good hands. I just do whatever he says.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll get me back by Saturday.
Great stuff. Early shout out for Zach to the training staff there.
James William, what's up, man?
This past Saturday, Grizzlies go to SCAD. You've been in all 3 of the contests with SCAD dating back to 2012. Why are those games so good? They're 1-goal games one way or the other.
That's a good question. SCAD, they're always a good team. They're always like 8-2, I think they were this time, and like we're always both up there. And they really it's just tough because we're both Georgia teams. We fight for maybe like the title of best NAIA Georgia team. No offense to Thomas, who's doing great this year as well. But I guess that would be why. I mean, it always gets chippy, even players, coaches, everyone.
Yeah. Do you get into the verbal assaults there, or you try to stay out of it?
Not much. I think we have enough guys on the team who have better words than me, so I just like play my game.
Probably because you don't speak the right language.
Yeah, that is another thing. Like, I don't understand the English guys or the Spanish guys. I probably understand the Spanish guys better than the English guys when they talk Spanish.
If somebody said something bad in a derogatory sense to you in a different language, would you know it?
I would not know it. I had no clue.
So there's the secret for the scatter report out there. Yell at Zach in a different language and he won't know.
I'll be confused.
Speaking of SCAD and Thomas, who was the team on the schedule at the beginning of the year where you thought you kind of circled it and you know what, I got to bring my A game for that one?
Yeah, those are both big games, but for me, I mean, we always know AUM, going to AUM, they're always going to be a top 3 team, and we know if we go in there and play our game and do everything, we should come out with a victory.
We sure do like going there and winning, don't we?
I mean, it's a tough place to play. They're a good team, but I mean, we know like if we beat them, then we get some respect across the country.
The Grizzlies have only given up 9 goals this game. You've been a part of that defense, but who gets credit for only giving up 9 goals this year?
It's tough with defense, I feel like, because defense is a really a unit base. You have to play together to do the best you can. So I mean, if one person's not doing their job, it's tough for everyone to cover for each other.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one person, obviously Lewis, because he's. I was
gonna say, don't leave the door open because you know he's gonna take credit for it.
He's the back line. I mean, he is it. I mean, if he can save us, because. More than anyone else can. So if I had to pick a person, it would definitely be Lewis.
How big was he on Saturday?
Tremendous. And overtime, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, safe to say the reason we drew, could have lost.
Oh, for sure.
So great game there by the Grizzlies. We've got a couple of highlights for you. What was, if Zach had to think back from this year, what was the best game that you played in this year?
Probably my William Carey game.
So let's get it out here. How many? Okay. What did the stat line say for Zach Mruk against William Carey?
It said, I think it said an assist. I don't know. Coach May was working on trying to get me another assist.
I think it's every bit of 1.5 assists.
Because I threw it into Eatery and he played the through ball.
So let's play the second. Let's play the first clip here, if we can, from the William Carey. And I want to get your thoughts. First of all, who is the flash that runs across the screen right there? Who is that?
That would be me. It's the cleats. I know. It's like the flash, I guess. Yeah. This celebration, so American. I got so much crap for that.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like, the way I stomped around and stuff, it was very American football, and they were just, everyone thought it was very funny.
Really? So you get picked on for celebrations on the team?
Well, because I'm so American about it. I didn't do like the whole airplane or
But you get the assist.
I did.
So if anybody gets the slack, it's Jamie.
Yeah, it should.
Because he scored the goal.
I put that on a platter for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just a support guy.
Yeah.
You're not the superstar.
Yeah, I'm Robin. He's Batman, I guess.
But this is where our superstar Zach wants credit for this ball. So this is the second goal by Jamie, and the ball comes in.
I just threw that in
and you threw that in. So if Eatery gets credit for a double assist passing to you, and you get credit for assist to scoring to Jamie, you got to get credit for a double assist there, right?
I mean, that sounds fair to me.
Who do I need to talk to about this?
I don't know. Coach May is always pretty good about fighting for points for me or like anyone in general. So I don't know who he has to yell at, but whoever that is, you need to yell at him too.
Okay, all right. I'll think about that. I'll try to figure that out
I
for you.
appreciate
We
it.
need Zach to have 2 assists on the year.
Yeah, please.
And not 1.
It's hard out here for outside backs sometimes.
I'm telling you. What are your expectations for the season? You were here last year. Probably a celebration that was a little bit better than that down on our field against Ashford. What category does that fall in? That couldn't have been American. I don't know. That's just glory.
Yeah,
right
that was
there.
just like celebration, like just pure victory.
Pure glory. Yeah. What's the expectations for this year?
This year, I mean, the expectation is to go to Iowa and win,
Nice.
and then we don't want to just stop there though. We want to go down to Florida and bring home a national championship this time.
And for the fans, Florida is where the national championship is this year. We went to Florida last year to take on Embry-Riddle.
Yep.
That's the opening round. So that's kind of the bridge that gets us from the conference tournament to the final site of the national
which would be
championship.
cool if we got to host, like, between Iowa and Florida to host the opening round.
Now you're talking, buddy.
Yeah.
What would we have to do that?
We'd have to get that at-large bid, I'm pretty sure.
We'd have to be, I think we got to be ranked high enough in the RPI after the conference tournament. So no pressure. You might have to go to Iowa and win that in order for us to host.
Oh, we're ready.
All right, we're ready. You heard it here first. Zach Mruk guarantees the Grizzlies. No, I'm just kidding. Before I let you go here, appreciate you being on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We really look forward to tracking you guys. You guys have been gone for so long now. We're really looking forward to.
I played a whole home game in October.
Next Tuesday, I think you guys are going to be back home.
Like
and we got homecoming on the 8th before we send you off to Ashford. But before we let you go here, kind of standard tradition, you've already shout out to the athletic training staff. The girlfriend's got a shout out in there. Lewis has got a shout out. Is anybody left there for Zach to give a shout out to?
There's a few people.
Here we go.
I'll shout out.
Let me know when you're done.
I'll shout out Ellis because he said he was going to be watching. So shout out to Ellis' husband, center back. I shout out my dad and my mom. My dad, and my sister.
Mom, dad,
and
sister.
I shout out all the people that are going to see this because my mom shares it on Facebook.
So shout out to all of Mom's Facebook.
Yes, and if you're out there, follow me on Twitter at Zach Mruk. I'm great to follow. I'm a lot of fun. Mahoney here follows me.
I do. There's not very many Twitter accounts that I will give a stamp of approval for because most of it's jargon to begin with. But Zach's not bad.
It's family friendly too.
He doesn't have diarrhea of the tweets.
I don't.
It's quality. Good stuff. Zach, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with, what is he, a sophomore?
I don't know. Very tall sophomore.
Very tall sophomore, Lewis Sharpe. That's him right there. Lewis Sharpe. Wait, Lewis. There we go. He'll be next on the show. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Go Grizzlies. Go Dogs.
My favorite Halloween costume growing up was when I was Sandy from Grease because who doesn't love Grease? I know if it comes on, everyone will be singing it.
I mean, I like Halloween. Who doesn't? It's free candy.
When I was little, I was the Energizer Bunny.
Probably Princess Belle. Every little girl loves to be a princess.
My favorite costume was dressing up as a princess.
I was actually a Yellow Ranger one year, so I think that's kind of funny since, you know, I'm in a yellow shirt.
I was a cop pretty much as young as I can remember until now.
I was a panda, actually. I actually took one of my friend's little sister's costume and I was Thomas the Train.
I loved Halloween growing up. I was never like cute. I always dressed like I wanted to be scary.
My friends wrapped me up in toilet paper. So I was a mummy for the night.
I was always a witch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a Swedish thing, but we, like, all the girls were witches for Halloween.
Well, my costume last year was a zombie at a haunted house, so that was really fun.
My favorite Halloween costume was actually last year. I was a minion from the movie Despicable Me.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
I want to apologize on behalf of Zach. We do not endorse the Go Dog statement at all. So Zach's still with his head nodding up and down. But we're joined now by sophomore goalkeeper and Lewis Sharpe. Lewis, how you doing, bro?
I'm great. How are you?
I can't complain. A little rain outside, but it's glad we got to
makes us feel like home.
Absolutely. So is this, honestly, I haven't been to Europe, haven't been to your hometown in Durham, but is this literally what the weather's like?
I couldn't sum it up any better than this, to be honest. Most of the year, every month, pretty similar to this.
Just a drizzle.
A lot colder, obviously.
Yeah, drizzle rain. It's like 60s here. It would be probably 40s or so.
Perfect weather for training.
Oh,
so looking forward to it today.
Perfect day for staying at the office is what today is for.
Definitely.
But Lewis, you've had a good year so far here. A little bit of turnover in the back from your freshman year to the sophomore year. What's the transition been like there to get those guys to glue together?
I think it's been a lot better than expected, because obviously when you bring a lot of defenders in, as we have, maybe it might take a little time in adjustment, but I think we've got four clean sheets in the first 6 games, maybe.
Yeah. So
obviously it's good that it's settled in straight away, and we've been very good defensively this season. So hopefully it continues for the rest of the year.
You talk about those expectations, because I was nervous. I'll be the first to tell you. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a lone junior, and either whether it be Tyler or Zach, and you're a sophomore too. So have you guys overachieved in the back in your mind?
I wouldn't say we have, because I know players like Jack and Ellis who are from home. You come in, you say they're freshmen, but they've played at very good levels.
Yeah.
I know Jack, I played at the same team as him back home, and he's played with adults from the age of 16, 17 like me, so it's not really a freshman as such. It just looks as a freshman. So it's we're quite privileged to have them players for 4 years. And obviously it's good to have players like Tyler and Zach who are experienced at this level, so they can definitely help us out. It's good to have a balance of the two.
Yeah.
You don't want to have too many freshmen or too many either or. It's good to have a good balance.
I'll let you defend yourself. Zach said he was going to give you credit for Saturday's draw at SCAD and the 9 goals allowed this season. Who gets credit for those stats?
I think the whole team. I wouldn't say it's one man or one, even the defence. I would say you defend from the front, as coach always likes to tell us. It's very important to be a compact unit. If the front's pressing, the back's got to support. It's obviously communication is key with that as well. So I think it's the whole team that gets credit for it.
When our fans turn on the broadcast, we've got a microphone that sits there at the end of the table, and they can kind of hear the kick of the ball and the wind of the running through the crowd there and whatnot. We always hear somebody yelling. Who is that yelling constantly? Information.
I think it won't be the first time you've heard it, but Mruk Roll. Everyone on the team will tell you he's a very vocal guy, and you need somebody like that on the team.
And as a fan, if you're there watching, you would think it's negative yelling or derogatory comments, but it's firm instructions.
People might see it as that way, but if you play with Rude, you know he's only trying to help you. He has a different way of saying than maybe some of the other people on the team, but yeah, he only means it in a good way, and it's very helpful for me certainly, and the rest of the team to have that loud communication and very clear.
Yeah.
So it's just helpful.
What's a stat that Lewis goes home at night and prides himself on? You know, when you put on the jersey and you say, today, this is what I'm going to do.
For me, stats. I'm not a big stats guy. I don't. Well,
you're going to hate my follow-up, so keep going.
No, I'm not a big guy on stats. I think somebody should be judged on the way they play. I'd rather be judged as somebody, he's been playing well this season than he's conceded this many goals. But I do like, obviously, I'm a keeper. I love to keep clean sheets. Yeah. Any of the defenders on the team will tell you that. It's a nice thing to keep a clean sheet, definitely.
Do you have it? Don't look. Do you have any idea how many career shutouts you have, clean sheets?
11.
Close. 12.
12.
How many career saves? This is the one I like.
No idea.
Take a guess. It's no fun unless you guess.
55.
55. Double it and you're close.
Double it.
105 saves. 105. You just went over the 100 career saves mark this past Saturday versus SCAD in that draw. When I tell you something like that, what does it make you think is just a sophomore? You've got 100 career saves.
Hopefully there's a lot more come. That's all I can say.
You don't feel like a sophomore, do you?
Nah. I feel settled here as if I've been here for years. It's crazy. I can only thank people for welcoming us here, and I just feel at home.
Tell me the experience, what it was like for you just 13, 14 months ago. You're coming from overseas in England to America. You get dropped off at GGC as an 18. You were 17 at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
I just turned 18.
Just
week
turned
after my 18th birthday.
What is that experience like that blows my mind?
It's hard. It's the only thing I can say. A few of my friends have done the same thing, and some of them have went home early. It's really a hard thing to do. I mean, you leave all of your friends and your family at 18, coming to a place you don't know anybody. Or actually, that's a lie. I would say it's been a lot easier with Morty, my friend, because we come together. We knew each other before we came, so that's helped with me a lot, I think. And I don't think I would have settled as well without him. But it's still, I mean, leaving all your friends and family back home, I can only thank the people here in Gwinnett that have welcomed us here, and I feel like it's my second home now. So
you had to have had a support system back home with friends and family. Who's helped you to get here?
Of course. Well, all my family and friends back home, my mum, my nana, my auntie, my dad, my grandparents, everyone back home has been so helpful that I could never have done any of it without them.
Big fans of Lewis Sharpe for sure, and I hear, this is hearsay, Callum helped me out with this little note here, okay, so you can blame him. You guys are big Sunderland fans.
Massive.
Okay. Tell me the story of last year. Coach called practice at Sunday morning of the Carling Cup final, and you and Callum were not happy.
No, he was playing a little trick on us, coach. Obviously, we've got a massive. This is the biggest game of Sunderland's history for about 30, 40 years. Cup final against Manchester City, and coach tries to trick us that we've got training, and all I can say is, didn't go down too well at first until he revealed the trick.
Yeah.
There's a few laughs still today about that one. So yeah,
couple of heads down.
It was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, so he got over on you.
He got us.
Have we plotted our revenge yet?
I'll have to think of something.
All right, listen, we got a long flight to Iowa. We might have to figure something out.
We'll have to think of something definitely.
All right, Lewis, me and you, we'll put something together, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good luck this Saturday too.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
That's Lewis Sharpe, our goalkeeper here for Grizzly Athletics. The Grizzly men's soccer team. We'll take a break. We'll come back and put a nice little bow on the show. For the time being, though, we're going to take this to our producer, Colin Wilson, has put together some great highlights and clips from the last 2 games for women's soccer. So take a look at those highlights here as we go to break. This is the Grizzly Digital Network. LaFave with a cross. She'll go high shelf, and it's in as well. Fletcher finds the ball in the box. Her right foot finds the back of the net as Dominic Fletcher right out of the gate here in the second half. This is Mackenzie Bailey who finds Jacqueline Bailey, no relation. Bailey, Jacqueline reads her way through traffic. Mackenzie takes over and now blasts this one at the 18, near post. Up with the ball at her feet. She'll let her left foot go to the far post, and it's off the post, and it's in the back of the net. Great ball by Helmick. Ball to the box, and the ball's going to bounce once, and it's into the back of the net. It's Jacqueline. Jacqueline racing toward the end line. Crosses with the left foot. All the way to Murphy. Murphy with a touch, and it's up and over top of the goalkeeper is Sarah Murphy. Fletcher puts one on frame, on target, and it's in the back of the net. However, Johnson gets a costly turnover. She's in business at the 18. That's to her right foot, now back to her left. Lets one go, near post, and it's in! She'll get off the crossbar at the front door there. LaFave settles and puts it in the back of the net. Johnson's on business and on goal. Puts on the right foot, plays it past Williams, and it's in the back of the net. Parallel pass to Bailey. Bailey will crank it, and she does from 25 yards out, and it's in the back of the net. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery. Big thanks to Coach DeCou, Lewis, Zach. They got to head off to training this afternoon at 1 o'clock, so they've got to hit the road. Big thanks for them being on the show. And I'll give you folks here watching, we'll give you a little insight. The week of the conference tournament, it will be in Ashford, Iowa on the Grizzly Digital Network. Don't know if the games will be broadcasted live on the network, but we'll have coverage there. Maybe we'll do a special Grizzlies live from Ashford, Iowa. So stay tuned to our website for more information on that. These are our shout outs on the Grizzly Digital Network. Grizzly Game Bites newsletter. Be sure to sign up for that. It's free. It's a recap of what just happened and a preview of what's coming up. Clay Tranum's done a great job of putting that together, so be sure to check that out. Grizzly Club full effect. Please help the Grizzlies get to Iowa, potentially host that opening round. Would be huge for the Grizzlies to get that national tournament. And you folks there that are in the Grizzly Club, make that happen. Shout out to Ned Colgrove putting together there, working hard for us. What else we got going on here? Again, promotion here at Newk's Eatery, partnership with Gwinnett Medical Center. You've only got a couple more days left to capitalize on this. It's for a great cause for cancer patients here in Gwinnett County. Round your bill up to the nearest whole dollar and make that happen. All right, here we go. Men's soccer will be on the road this Saturday in Elizabethton, Tennessee to take on Milligan. Kickoff is scheduled for 2 o'clock. Big game, big road contest for Steve DeCou and the Grizzlies as they try to hit that stride right before that conference tournament. So a lot of road contests before they come back here next Tuesday. Women's soccer in action this afternoon. A couple of links on our website will go up here in a little bit. Reinhardt does have broadcast footage of that contest live. Check that out, 3 o'clock, that's this afternoon. And then the women's team will be back in action at home at the Grizzly Soccer Complex this Saturday versus Truett McConnell. We'll have coverage of that, it's not on there, but we'll have coverage of that right here on the Grizzly Digital Network pregame show at 3:45. Our tweet of the week comes from the GGC Men's Soccer Twitter account. And again, we a full encompassed men's soccer episode of Grizzlies Live here. And so we cap it off with our Grizzly Athletics tweet of the week. That's the Twitter account summarizing what happened this past Saturday. Another quality Twitter account to follow there. And fans, most importantly, we want you to be our tweet of the week by using any of the Grizzly Athletics hashtags you see on your screen. I think that'll do it here. Colin, Marissa, both of them thumbs up. Clay's in the house too. Clay's even got a thumbs up for you there too. Thumbs up for me. I'm Matt Mahoney signing off. We'll be back here next Wednesday, Grizzlies Live, 12 noon on the Grizzly Digital Network. So long, everybody.
I'd like to thank all of our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. You can watch this game and previous games by clicking the On Demand tab at the top of the page. In addition, you can watch coaches' shows and weekly feature stories all on the Grizzly Digital Network by clicking the On Demand tab as well. For the latest information, including game recaps, schedules, and so much more, visit grizzlyathletics.com.